Hello viewers, this is Dr. Isatu Kakay-Diallo coming to you today with a brand new discovery in food and cuisine, how to prepare cassava leaf or cooking cassava leaf with Dr. Isatu Kakay-Diallo. As I would always say, the steps could be slightly different for everybody, but the end product is what matters. So we start with our ingredients. You get your fresh chicken, fish, red palm oil, cassava leaf, which is already packaged. So this is definitely from Sierra Leone, and was packaged, for us here. And then you can see we're gonna wash the chicken, then wash the cassava leaf, and then strain it. That's going to be added, afterwards. So you got your pot, you can add your chicken, add the seasoning to the chicken, and then let it cook for some time. Add the onions, and now, after that, the next thing to do is to add, peanut butter, because you want that one to cook as well. And I usually add a little bit of oil, when the chicken was, cooking, in the pot. And now, with this peanut butter, let's see how the step is going to go. And I'm going to be explaining this as we go along. Okay, Salon Fambudem and viewers, what you see I added to the pot right now was the peanut butter, which you can see. I used the creamy peanut butter, and that's after adding the fresh chicken, the seasoning, some other ingredients, oil. Now added the peanut butter. As you can see, the peanut butter is like, actually well stirred up. I'm gonna now add the cassava leaf to it. So if you could take a look here, this is the washed, and strained cassava leaf, and you saw that it was already grind. Now I'm going to actually add it, to the pot, and let it cook. Like I always say, the steps could be, slightly different from yours, and doesn't mean it's not what. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm adding the cassava leaf, and with fish, the smoked fish that I added here. Now you can see that I have fish. The process started with fresh chicken, and I'm gonna add some water. Okay, I'm gonna have some water to the pot to let this cook for some time and see how long it will take for it to blend in. And I had already added onions to the chicken, and let's observe the cooking process of the cassava leaf. And this time I'm gonna make it with red palm oil. Okay, red palm oil. So this is gonna be the palm oil, but I have little ones too, which these ones I brought with me when I was traveling to the state. So we're gonna let this cook for some time. And let me be honest, I love so much peanut butter in the cassava leaf. If this is not enough, I will add another one. I feel like this is not going to be enough, so I'm going to even add a little more okay, to let it cook together with the first one. Okay, so this you can see I've added the cassava leaf to the pot, and then I'm gonna allow it to cook for some time. I'm gonna add a little bit more peanut. So as you can see, I have added like a scoop more of peanut butter, because I really, to tell you the truth, I like to have enough peanut butter in the cassava leaf. Yeah, that's how I enjoy it. So we're gonna let this cook, and then we're gonna add red palm oil to it. I'll start with the little one first. Well, this is fresh from Sierra Leone. Okay, this is from Sierra Leone when I was coming in June, you know, to add. But I'm gonna let it let this boil for a little bit, and then I'll add the red palm oil, and now everything would continue to cook together. Okay, so we all could see the cooking is going on, and this is gonna take some time. So I'm gonna cover this one now for it to continue the cooking. I'll say in about 5 to 10 minutes after I know that it's cooked to a certain degree, I will add red palm oil, and I have my reason for why I do it at certain point in the cooking. So that's a step that we all could decide to add the palm oil at the beginning, midway, or almost at the end, you know, depending on how you want the palm oil to cook and how long you want it to. So we're gonna let it cook along with the cassava leaf, but that's not enough. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more of the red palm oil to the pot. Well, as you know, there's peanut butter, there was a poured amount of oil, which I started with the chicken. So definitely I just need to add a little bit more to the red palm oil. So you see, viewers, you can see how the color is changing, right? The cooking process continues, it changes everything. So this is what I use, 1.5 pints for this particular cassava leaf that I'm cooking. Again, it might be slightly different from yours, but the end product will be the same. Okay, so let's stir this up a little bit more, and then, you know, we can cover it, you know, for it to finish cooking. So you can see, I just want to stir this up, and let's see how this process is going to complete. What are you thinking so far? Is this something you want to try? Well, it's gonna cook. All this water has to dry up, but before that happens, I use a dry okra, you know, to the sauce, you know, almost at the end. So it's already grinded. I'm gonna show it to you in a second. It's gonna show. So this is how I prepare cassava leaf sauce. But again, we still have some time for this to cook to the finish. So let's just keep watching, and the next part of it will be the end product. So, but as you can see, I have added all the different ingredients, Maggi, seasoning. I do season the chicken very well, and I do use the jumbo, which is this one. I use a couple of those. Use the seasoned salt, garlic powder for my chicken. You know, added peanut butter, you know, red palm oil, you know, all these different things. This is the powdered okra that I use. I'm going to be using. It's powdered. It's, you know, like dry okra. You grind it, you put it, because at the end it actually complete the process of this cassava leaf sauce. As you can see, we are almost done. You know, I had to pause the video because I needed to make sure that this video doesn't get too long. You know, but I had to pause it to get to this level of the cooking process. Okay, but it do take some time to get it to this. See where we started and see where we ending, and I'll let it cook some more. You know, I'll let it cook some more. But when I add the okra, this amount of water that is left, you know, it's going to disappear at a greater point. So we are almost done here. We're almost done, but I hope you learned from this. The cassava leaf, the red palm oil cassava leaf sauce with me, Dr. Isatu Kakay-Diallo. Hey, despite my busy schedule, I do find time to cook. And when I cook, to tell you the truth, I cook for a week. I do cook 2 different sauces because my day offs, you know, it's definitely comes on the weekend. So as you can see, we are stirring the cassava leaf. And what we have in this particular one, what did we use? Chicken. You can use beef, you can use fish, but chicken, fish is part of this ingredient today. You know, we have smoked fish that was added to it. I think the voting is going to be on this one, cassava leaf against okra. But this, you know, that's why okra will always win. If you put those two with any other sauce, okra, you can have okra in any kind of food you want. So really, I like that feeling of okra, how it makes, you know, you feel. So you can see there's another pot, because that's my second cooking, you know, for the day. The second dish, actually, let's put it that way. But what I'm doing is finishing this up so that we can call it a day. And I hope you learned something. So what I want to add, and if you don't have dry okra, it is okay to use fresh okra, you know. And all these red palm oil that you see in this, before I dish it out, I'm going to take some off. I'll put it in a different bowl because I don't want all that oil on my rice, you know. But when I'm cooking, I do put enough. So you can see this is the dry okra. I just want you to see the consistency of what's happening. Okay, so that's 1 spoon. You don't need to put a lot, you know. For this size, you don't need to put a lot. You can put 2.5 spoons, you know, of okra. And like I said, if you don't have the dry okra, you can use a fresh one. Okay, it will do the same job for you, just that with the fresh okra you would have to let it cook for some time more. Okay, are you seeing the difference? That's the okra added to the cassava leaf at the end of the cooking process. So you can see what I was saying with the water that was left. It was actually left for the, you know, I need to continue to stir this up. So you can see the thickness that is taking place. So viewers listening to me, this is how I prepare cassava leaf sauce with chicken and red palm oil soup. So we are almost done here. I'll cover this up to steamed up for a little bit more, and then you can add peppers. Okay, I'll tell you why I don't add peppers. My children, if I want them to eat food that I cook, don't put no peppers, you know, but I do add pepper at the end. You see the pepper on top of it, so when I want to eat it, I'll, you know, squeeze it out and make sure the food is spicy to what I want. As I stated before, that I was going to take some of the red oil that's already cooked off, so I have done that. Now I'm about to dish this, you know, and ready for serving. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and with more discovery in food coming to you.